Hey everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this sound bar from a company called Pheanoo. It's P-H-E-A-N-O-O, Pheanoo. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And what this is, it's their P27 Sound Bar with a subwoofer. So as you can see here, sound bar, subwoofer. And this is a 2.1 surround. Obviously it's not full surround because it's only got the sound bar and the subwoofer. It has 120 watts of RMS power, 5.25 inch subwoofer in the actual enclosure. And it takes a bunch of different inputs, HDMI input obviously from most modern TVs, takes an optical input, aux input, USB, as well as Bluetooth connections. So many different ways to connect this up to your TV or to your sound system or whatever you're going to want to use this for. You have a bunch of different ways to hook this up for media consumption. Now what I'm going to do today, and this is a little bit of a bigger box than I can normally fit on my little YouTube setup here, but I didn't want to use the other part of the room because I'd have to move all my lights around and everything. But I'm just going to use this table here and take this out, kind of show you what's in the package, hook it up to my phone via Bluetooth and play some music through it just to kind of get a sense of what it sounds like. Yeah, obviously look at the device and whatnot. I don't know, in a later point in time I might hook this up in my kids' Xbox room to their TV and use that for that, and then maybe I'll kind of update it or give you my thoughts at that point if it changes at all. But for this video it's just basically unboxing, take a look at it, initial setup with a phone over Bluetooth just to get a sense of the device itself. Now this is going to be a little bit harder to get out of this box, I think, because it does come in a few different things, a few different boxes. So here you get a box that probably has some cables and the remote in it, I would imagine. So if you look here, you get an accessories box that, as I open this up, get a few different things that look like ways to mount this, probably to mount the actual sound bar if you want to mount that anywhere. But you get a optical audio cable, get a pair of black gloves. Not really sure what the black gloves are for, but you get some black gloves. You get a standard audio jack to RCA left-right inputs. And you get an HDMI cable. So they give you an HDMI cable, they give you mounting stuff for mounting the sound bar if you're not going to just put it on a table or a flat surface where your TV is. You can mount that on the wall, and then also there's a template in here for mounting it on the wall, which I'm not going to use, but that's what's in the accessories box. And then you also have remote control. It's a standard, simple looking remote control. Some different settings for different setups. Listening to a movie, news, music. You can change the inputs and put it into Bluetooth pairing mode. It does not ship with batteries, so I have to get a couple AAA batteries for this when I use it later. But it's a decent looking kind of plastic remote, so that's cool. I still don't know why they give you the black gloves. It's kind of funny. Anyways, black gloves. So I'm going to take this kind of off camera and get it out of the box real quick. So as I open this up, I can see why they give you the black gloves is because the back of this soundbar itself is a high gloss plastic. So it's kind of like a piano finish. So that's why they give you the gloves. But as you can see, there's a couple mounting points on either end, as I mentioned. So if you want to mount this on the wall, you do have to plug the soundbar in to power. So it does have a standard, obviously in this case, US power connection. And then this is also where you get the main connections for the soundbar. So if you want to connect it to HDMI, you can see there's an HDMI in, there's an optical in right here, and then the aux input as well right there. So that would be the component left, right, red, white connector that I showed earlier. So if you have an output from your TV or an output from your stereo system, it can go in that aux. So obviously you can connect all these. So you can connect all of them up at once and then flip through the inputs with the controller. And then you also basically have the subwoofer output connector right there. So the subwoofer is wired to the soundbar. On the front, the whole thing has basically just a nice looking black grayish grill. There's some rubber feet on the bottom. So if you are putting this on a flat surface, it's not going to slide around because there's two rubber feet. But, you know, relatively looks nice. And as you can see, there's a little Pheanoo logo on there. So I'm just going to put this down here kind of on the table. So I'm just going to put that right there. And then the subwoofer itself is just basically a big box, right? So it has a speaker grill there on the side, has kind of a bass subwoofer port on the front. It's black, has a little bit of a silver trim around it. And that's basically it. It's kind of some sort of composite wood. And it does also have some rubber feet on the bottom. And I'll put that right there, and I will plug it in real quick. So the subwoofer just plugs into the soundbar, like I mentioned, with that little connector. And then as I mentioned, you just plug the soundbar in to the power. And I'll just put some batteries in here. I've got mismatched batteries, but I didn't have any other ones. Hopefully this, yeah, it does power on. So I don't know if you can see, but right away, since it's not connected to anything, it does go, it looks like, into Bluetooth pairing mode. So I will, since that's what I was going to test out first, I will go ahead and search for that on my phone. As you can see, it does show up as P27. So then you did hear the beeping noise for the connection. And basically then it is connected. So I don't know if you can see down here, there's a little bit of a display, some LEDs, or it shows Bluetooth, and then I was changing the volume. You can see the volume going up. Obviously not playing anything yet. I'll turn that down. I don't know how loud it gets. So as you can see, I've just been playing a little bit of music. You can actually control your Bluetooth with the controller as well. So if you play or pause or volume up, down, and next track, it all will work over Bluetooth to control your phone, which is actually pretty cool. So I did have this on the music setting. I'll try playing it while I'm doing it. I'll show you when I press. I don't know if you'll be able to tell any difference in the sound over the microphone on the camera.
Promesas son nada más que solo palabras, y si no las cumples se van a desvanecer. Algún día volverás tú al lado mío y yo de testigo. Vamos 1, 2, 3 sin estrés. Muéstrame esos pasos, te cuento hasta 10 y 10. Yo sé que tú quieres. Vamos 1, 2, 3 sin estrés. Muéstrame esos pasos, te cuento hasta 10 y 10. Yo sé que tú quieres. Sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres que brinda la vida, que nos hace tan feliz. Sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres, como acariciarte, conocerte de raíz. Still all I want is you. Still all I want is you. Still all I want is you. Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again.
So I just went through and played a few songs on Epidemic Sound and kind of from their now trending list. And hopefully you were able to hear that. I did use my Rode Video Micro on the top of the camera just so I could hopefully get some good reproduction of what the sound sounds like. And it's actually quite good, actually. The music setting does sound the best for music, to me, obviously. I think what happens when you press the news, it obviously doesn't give you as much bass, and it kind of boosts the centerness of the sound, and probably more for like podcasts and things like that, or you're watching TV and watching like a news channel, or maybe a talk show or something like that would probably be good for that setting. And then the movie, obviously you can set when you're watching the movie, and it does a little bit more of an immersive sound, as much as it can do, obviously, given the the 2.1 surround sound setup that this has. So overall, actually, in just listening to this while I was doing the video, it's actually sounds quite good for the price. I think especially, I think this is coming in right around the low 100s. I think I saw on Amazon it was like $120, and there was even a discount code recently to reduce that even more to about $100. And at that level, I think that's a really pretty good deal for what you get here. Again, if you're looking for just a minimum setup for your apartment, for your house, for your TV room or whatever, you don't want to have speakers all over the place, and you want to have a subwoofer as well as kind of that center sound, the left and right, etc. I think this is actually really pretty good. So I'm going to link to this in the description below. If you have any comments, go ahead and post those below as well. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps me reach more people on the YouTube platform, helps me grow my subscriber base, and bring you better and better videos. This is Andrew from T is for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.